Let's bring in our own Marc Stein. Marc, why is Fisher the solution to the head coaching puzzle here for Phil Jackson?
Well, Phil Jackson was never going to hire someone that he didn't have a previous relationship, someone that he's worked closely with. He wanted a young coach he could mentor, a friend, and really someone who is not going to be put off by Phil wanting to come down on the floor at training camp, wanting to come down the floor at occasional practices. Phil, in that first year especially, wants to have an active role where even though he's made it clear this is his foray into running a front office, he wants to be involved and have some level of coaching presence. And when you're Derek Fisher, a first-time head coach, and you basically get the chance to be mentored by Phil Jackson, obviously you're going to welcome that. It's why Steve Kerr's the guy who they went after first. And it's really why when Steve Kerr kind of surprised everyone and went to Golden State, why Fisher really was the only other choice for Phil Jackson for this job.
You talked about how Phil Jackson wants to be able to come down on the floor, to have some type of presence. How much of this is going to be tandem coaching between Jackson and his former player, at least initially?
I wouldn't say tandem coaching. That's probably too strong. But if you remember a few years ago, at the end of his tenure with the Lakers, Phil was kind of proposing what would have been a wild scenario, something we've never really seen, where he wanted to coach only home games and Kurt Rambis would coach road games. And the Lakers never really took that seriously, but it does kind of give a glimpse into some of Phil's thinking here. Derek Fisher's going to be the head coach. Kurt Rambis almost certainly will be on the bench as well. But those guys, because they've worked so closely with Phil, and it's, Phil has a very tight circle. There are not a lot of people you would say are in the Phil Jackson club, so to speak. So Phil wanted guys who are going to be comfortable with him coming downstairs, because he doesn't want to travel. I don't even think he really wants to do games or anything like that, but he certainly does want the freedom to be able to go in there and kind of firsthand show the way his system works, and with Derek Fisher, he's going to have that opportunity.